Got a funny story to tell you. A couple of months ago, I had a prospective client call me up, and he'd heard about me through several other people. And I got on the phone with him, had a bit of a chat, and he said, "Todd, look, we've got a revenue issue, okay, with our store, and we nearly really just need a list of plugins for us to install, and that should solve our revenue issues." I said to him, "Look, been doing this for a long time now, and I can hand on heart tell you that installing a couple of plugins is not going to solve your revenue issues. What I suggest we do instead is I suggest we go through and we kind of benchmark your store as it currently stands. That'll give you a clearer understanding of where you are now, and then we have a list of things that we can benchmark against to determine if any of these potential changes have made an uplift. Okay, that will affect your top and bottom line." He's like, "Okay, great, great, great. That sounds all right." I said, "Look, our process, the first step is so we go through your site. We go through sort of a framework that we've developed over 15 years, and we identify items in like a red, amber, or green status. Okay, so red's critical, amber's should do, and green is could do. So we're going to build out these list of items. So the first things first is that we need to address the red items. These are critical issues. Could be things like user experience, could be a technical issue that's stopping people from checking out. So we're going to look at those things. And then obviously amber, we could or should do. And then green we can pencil for later. But the main thing, besides the red items, the things that I want to focus on are the items that are sitting in the amber that are low hanging fruit. Okay. Low hanging fruit meaning that there is minimal investment from time or resource point of view, and there's a great return. Because more often than not, um, clients will have it's just few little minor things. It might be 10, 15 little minor things that can be fixed in a really short amount of time. That will give you a really, really good return. By the next quarter, you should see a pretty decent uplift. I was like, "How does that sound to you?" He's like, "Yeah, that sounds amazing." Um, and I was like, "Great. Well, if that's the case, it's going to roughly cost between this and this. Look, I'm going to send you across an invoice and we can sort of get started next week to get going." And he's like, "Oh, great, great. That sounds amazing. But Todd, I need to ask you something." I was like, "Okay, yeah, yeah. What is it? What is it, John?" He's like, "Mate, I don't have time for that. Okay, we're bleeding revenue. All we need is a list of plugins that we can install and that should solve the problem."